Much clearer portrait of the terror inside from those who managed to flee. Those workers who we mentioned had to walk past the dead. Many of them have now been flown to Italy, to the island of Sicily, where ABC's Nick Schifrin is tonight. Nick.
David, good evening. U.S. officials tell us about a dozen survivors are recuperating at the U.S. naval base here in Sicily. They are just beginning to come to terms with all the trauma they've suffered.
They are all shell-shocked and barely made it out alive.
I don't remember. It happened so fast. It happened so fast.
Survivors describe scenes of fear and brutality. For more than 80 hours, they did anything to stay alive. Many were beaten and witnessed executions.
We were lucky that we are still alive.
Stephen McFall called his wife after he escaped. His hands had been tied, and he'd had to wear explosives strapped to his chest.
She described the experience that he had as truly horrific.
Mark Grant and others hid for 4 days, surviving by scrambling up on the roof or locking themselves inside rooms, hoping terrorists wouldn't get through the door.
We barricade together in one of the offices. We lock the door, we put the desk on the door.
And for those who survived, there is relief. Many are on their way home, desperate to return to their families.
The guys who picked us up, the rescue guys who've been in Aminus, were wonderful. They were like long-lost friends.
But they are the fortunate. Many are still missing. The daughters of hostage Kenneth Whiteside took to Twitter. They haven't heard from him since the siege began.
Tonight, there is also concern among U.S. officials about the fate of Americans who remain unaccounted for. As for the survivors, security officials and psychologists are debriefing them, helping them begin the process of healing from this horrible siege.